Still? How am I still so yellow? Ugh, what I hate about the lighting in here. I asked my husband to turn off that other lamp in there and that didn't happen. Oh well, anyway, I'm Amy, I'm living in Chrysalis. And since there's nobody in here right now, hopefully I'm catching you on the replay. So, so I was just kind of thinking of ideas or trying to, and then I decided that I was going to try a video where I do one side of my face with techniques that don't work for me, and then the other side as it should be, you know, as I like to do it, and explaining why while I'm doing these. So might as well go ahead and get started. We're a minute in and I'm so alone, but that's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and start with a powder foundation, only because I'm trying to use it up and I'm not going anywhere, so it doesn't really matter. Most of the time I actually prefer liquid foundation. Hey Anya, how are you doing, babe? Whoop whoop. Hey girl. So yes, I'm going to make at least half my face look ugly on purpose. It's gonna be enjoyable. I hope. Although especially around this time of year, for some reason when I say I hope, I think I ope. And the reason why is because I made this little door wreath years ago, and it has, you know, like love, hope, joy, that sort of thing, only the H kind of broke, so it looks more like I-O-P-E. I hope. Which I suppose is a Midwestern thing. Yep. So I see two people, and I've in the thing, and I've only seen Anya. So who else is in there? Or do I have a lurker? Oh yeah, I was fidgeting last night and wound up peeling this off of there, so I've got to glue it later. Well, I don't have to. I can just leave it this way, but I'm not going to because I'm a picky you-know-what. Okay, so let me start with bronzer. Now y'all know I don't wear bronzer a lot, usually just because I'm kind of lazy. But especially if you're using bronzer to contour your face, you've got to be really careful with it. And here's why. Okay, now which side was I gonna do normal? Oh, Anya just did a full face of drugstore makeup Christmas look. Yes, excellent. I will have to check that out. Okay, because this side's already bigger, I'm going to be nice and I'm going to do this side as the way I do makeup side, just to give it a chance here. So the way I do bronzer for my face is I already have a pretty oval face with the exception of a bit of a pointy chin. So with that, I'm not going to want to do a lot of reshaping. I do use a colored wax just right in here to color those baby hairs to round out my hairline a bit. So I've already done that. So with bronzer, typically for me, hi Rosalind, how are you? So for me, I just do a little bit of bronzer just to round this out a little bit more and to maybe recede it a bit. Now, the wrong way for me is to bring it quite low on my forehead. I see some people bringing bronzer quite low on their forehead. I also see some people with short foreheads still use bronzer on their forehead, which mystifies me, but you do you. So wrong for me is going to be bringing it quite down. I mean, if I'm really trying to make my forehead look smaller, I could do it that way. It's not a look I prefer. I feel like it kind of flattens out the temple right there, which is not a look I'm going for. That's why with this, I keep it fairly close to my hairline. Also with bronzer, Rosalind says she's a bit tipsy. Her son's birthday meal tonight. Oh, that's great. How old's your son? Also with bronzer, some people like to contour with bronzer. I prefer to use contour for that, given the shade difference. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to contour with bronzer on this side. And bronzer on me, it's tricky anyway, because because most of them are just too orange for me. I'm going to go down on my neck, because that's what you do when you contour sometimes. You go down on your neck. Geez, I couldn't even stop myself from at least doing a correct technique there. I'm trying to do this badly. I really am. Oh, I lost someone. Oh, it's wrong. Did we lose Rosalind? She too tipsy to hang? I understand. Okay. Then with bronzer, a lot of times they also say to put it where the sun would hit you for a natural look. So I'm going to do that. And the sun would hit. I'm trying to do only half of my nose. Oh, Anya. Anya said she posted on her socials to check me out. So where the sun would hit, it includes right in here. Not really a fan of that, but okay, fine. I'll go with that. That is where the sun would hit. But you see already what it's doing to my cheekbone? It's kind of flattening that out. It's flattening that out. So, not a fan. No, I haven't contoured there yet. Where is my contour? Okay. But when I contour, now I didn't pull out all my brushes. When I contour, I take a more precise approach. So for instance, Jolly Gel. See, you can still see it here. To hit it a bit more precisely. And maybe not go down quite so far in the neck. But I'm trying to get my jawline back. Then I'm just kind of blend it gently. Sometimes I do it with my fingers, sometimes a sponge, just kind of depends. Maybe I'll do a sponge this time. So you see, even when I do this, there's still a little bit of a line there. Okay. And I just want to make it look subtle for real life. I'm not going to completely get rid of that gel without surgery. You see where I'm going there? And sometimes if I go up onto it a little bit rather than just right underneath, if I go up onto it, I can kind of blend it. Blend the gel away. That one, even though I did the typical technique of getting right under your chin, the gel still kind of shows up. Now also for the nose, with the contour I did, with the bronzer, I did try to do that natural sunburnt nose thing. Hi, Shanoa. I'm not such a fan of that. Here's me just contouring half of my nose, which is just going to feel weird. Considering I've been trying to reduce the size of my nose since I was a teenager. The trick is with contouring is you gotta be subtle. Now I could do the contour on this side of the nose as well as the, yeah, I think I will. But, oh. Shenna says she does it too because hers is crooked. Yeah, mine's still a little crooked too, even though I've had a deviated septum repaired. But yeah, I couldn't stop myself from doing that. But if you notice, with the bronzer on there, if you're doing put the bronzer where the sun goes, again, it kind of flattens out the planes of the nose. Also for the cheekbones, when I contour, like you see how I just kind of put the bronzer in that general area? When I contour, I try to stay fairly precise. So you can kind of see on my face how I have this sort of natural dip there. I try to go slightly above that when I contour. You can see just to raise the look of that cheekbone a little bit, while still staying within the natural planes of my face. See? See how that just kind of raised the look of that up? With this one, it's still, it's still quite imprecise, even though it's supposed to be contouring with that. Oh, I understand you can't stay, Shenema. Thank you so much for coming. And, if you want to leave it running, that'd be awesome. But I understand if you can't hang out in the chat or you got to do something. I totally get it. It's YouTube, which means we all have real lives, allegedly. I don't have much of one now. I sit in my recliner most of the day because I'm still recovering. Okay, so that's where we're at so far. You can see how the contour, well, it's a little higher than my cheekbone dip. It still goes into the natural plane. With this, I just went under my cheekbone, as they tell you to do. And the very top of it is kind of hitting the top of my cheekbone, but because there's so much down here, it doesn't serve to raise the cheekbone, which is the effect that I'm looking for. Now blush, and I am going with this stuff because, again, I'm trying to use it up. Okay, so another thing that I was always taught growing up, even though I didn't believe it, but I didn't believe it then, I don't believe it now, is put your blush on the apple of your cheek. Oh, Rosalind said she saw her guest to bed so she can enjoy my live now with no one trying to talk to her. Awesome. I get that. Okay. So I'm putting the blush on the apple of my cheek on this side. Whoa. Okay. And I went with a little much, but okay. What else is new? The problem with that is, again, I feel like it flattens the cheekbone. So what I prefer to do is I kind of start around where this dips in. And I kind of hit it there. Sometimes I go back too far, but that's just a leftover habit from the 80s. But I try to keep it more out. So what I try to do is keep it so that it still serves to heighten the cheekbone, but also give a flush in what I consider a more natural place on my face. For instance, a lot of people, if you see them, if their face naturally gets pink in the cold or whatever, they tend to get their blush right in here. I mean, that's how it is with my son's face. He'll get pink right in here. I don't see anybody get pink over here, unless it's a sunburn. But again, you can already see how the bronzer and the blush on there I'm trying to see if you can really see it. See how it already serves to kind of flatten out those features? Rosalind, that's where you put yours where? Do you put it on the apple of your cheek, or do you put it kind of in the middle over here? I'm going to go in with highlighter. I think I am going to use the liquid because I'm really trying to use it up. I am dedicated to panning. As we can tell, I'm trying to get rid of this stuff before the end of the year. Oh, okay, all right, here we go, here we go. Okay. Van Hammer has arrived, thank you. Oh, in the middle more, yeah, that's what I do. So then with highlighter, what I like to do is I like to put my highlighter on the apple of my cheek. I know a lot of people don't. I put it on the apple of my cheek and then I just kind of bring it up to about here. A lot of people don't do that. They tend to put it higher and then kind of bring it around here. So I'm going to show why that doesn't work for me. Oops, see, by habit, I'm going lower. Okay, so then by putting the highlighter on the apple of my cheek, because my cheekbones aren't naturally high, I mean, it's like they're almost high. Almost, but they need a little nudge because they stop right there. If they stopped a little higher, that'd be awesome, but I'm going to fake it. So by putting it on my cheekbones, or like right on the apple of my cheek, it's to give the illusion, especially when the light hits it, that this comes out more. When I put the blush on the apple of my cheek, what it does is it kind of flattens the appearance of it. And this is like the bigger side of my face, so I don't know how well I'm proving that point by doing this to the bigger side of my face, but I'm trying to play fair with it. And the effect is very different. So what it comes down to is I feel like with the way I've done the contour here, bring it further down, bringing it around here, and then putting the blush here with the highlighter only right up here. I feel like it has served to flatten most of these features out where I want some differentiation. Anya just got her notification that her Jeffree Star mystery box and highlighters have shipped. All right, I'll be looking forward to that video very, very much. All right, so let's get into eyebrows. Still can't find my fake pomade, so I'm bringing out a brow powder. Yeah, I know, Anya. They've been having a lot of issues with shipping this time around. It's craziness. All right, so hang on. Just got a twinge. Okay, it passed. All right. So, brow powder. Now, what they tell you to do with the brow powder is to do the lighter color in here and then use the darker shade on the tail. So I've got sort of a chocolatey brown and then a very dark, it almost looks like charcoal, like a charcoal shade. But I'm going to go in with this. And because I'm doing the techniques I don't like, I'm going to be following the shape of my brow pretty exactly. You see, I've got a couple of little teeny tiny hairs up there that I normally fill in to make my brow more arched than it is, but I'm not going to do that this time. I'm following the shape of my brow. Rocco96, hello, how are you? Another thing they always tell you to do is when you're shaping your brows, to use a pencil or something to make sure that it's outside your nose line. So as you can see here, I need to bring this out a little bit, just a smidge. Although not bad, actually. I'm trying to follow these techniques. Frida says, "I'll die laughing if your terrible techniques turn out awesome." Yeah, I know. But okay. Or is it just that I can't help myself? Okay. I'm going to take that dark shade and do it just on the tail. Okay, so we've got brown turning into black here. I brought out a little like brow brush. Oh well, you know what? I'll do the gel. I'll do the gel. Okay. So there's a brow gel.
Okay, boys. Well, I hate to inform you, but that was an absolute failure, as we didn't cut the tail, so we don't actually get the good reward. Excellent.
Excuse me, Aiden. I'm live. Shh, my boy. Okay. So now I'm gonna do the raising the brow. To try to do that whole fluffy brow thing. I don't even know if my brows will actually cooperate with that. Ah! Okay, there we go. There's some of the powder going astray. I never understood that fluffy brow look. I mean, Mel Thompson does it all the time and it makes it work, but I feel kind of ridiculous now. And I don't know if it really shows on camera, but the difference between this color and this one is kind of driving me insane. Have I seen the laminated brows? Yes, I have. But okay, I'm going to go into doing my brow in a way that makes me a little more comfortable, and then we'll see how it goes from there. Okay, I'm still going to go in with this brown powder, but excuse me a sec. See, can I find a way to mute this so I don't scream? Okay, unmuted. Yes, I've seen the laminated brows, and that's not going to be a look for me either. So the problem I've seen with a lot of people when they pluck their brows and when they shape them, when they do the test with their nose, they tend to do it toward the outside, which actually even this one, I didn't hold that right, did I? No. Well, yeah, actually that one works. Soap brows, heck no. But when you hold this to the outside of your nose, and then it goes really far in. And what they should be doing is doing it more along the bridge of your nose, because then you wind up with these really far apart eyebrows and it looks odd. It just looks odd. Like with the placement of the blush and the bronzer here, I look like I'm sunburned. Which I suppose would be kind of cute for summer, but it's not a look I'm going for every day. Remember once I went to this ladies' night thing and they did makeovers, and so okay, I submitted myself, and the girl put the blush right on my cheekbones and did eye makeup whatever the heck way it was she was doing it. And I went home and my husband looks at me and he just says, "You look so strange." Oh, Rosalind, it's 2:22 a.m. so she's gonna leave me playing glasses off. Okay, I understand, Rosalind. Ralph Kitchen, hey, how are ya? How's it going? I'm just running a test of makeup techniques that I don't think are going to be good on me. My sister thinks it would be hilarious if they turned out to be good on me. Okay, so this is just with that dark brown. I'm going to go back through the whole thing with the black, because I do have dark brows. The hair in my brows is actually pretty close to black. So the idea of You think the brow tails are still a bit thick? Yeah, I know you do, but you like skinny brows. I don't. And I don't want to lose my hair. But I'm not going to do the fluffy brow thing. I am going to do the gel. Normally I don't need help setting my brows, but because this is a powder and because I'm trying to show different techniques. And I'm annoyed I can't find my freaking pomade. See, like that one's got a thinner tail. I'm still gonna make that a little wider. You gave up and waxed off your tails. You know, I've considered that because I've wanted them to go further out, but I just think I'd look too weird without makeup. So like I'd have to do my brows just to look like a person. And I'm not really keen on that idea. I want to still have eyebrows even without makeup. And this, I see that black just smudged there like crazy. Let me grab some more foundation to fix that. Even though I'm doing this side bad, I don't have to do it that bad. I have some pride. Okay. All right, let me do this. Still, Okay. So normally I kind of like to just keep my brows in a straight line rather than this spiky thing here. I feel like it looks messy on me. So, not so much of a fan of that. I don't really like this brow powder much. Well, it's just a cheap Jordana one. And the brush sucks. So, let me throw on a little foundation there to fix that. Okay, there we go. I hit pan! Okay, well, that's good to know. Bonus pan today. All right. Woo woo. Okay, so here's where I am so far. I put a little bit of lip gloss on my lips just because. So here we go into lip techniques. Now, I don't often use lip pencil, mostly because it kind of annoys me.
What's my Microsoft password?
Hey guys,
Password?
I am in live.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't care.
Yeah, so, and don't be nasty, but sometimes things have to be talked about. Sorry.
And I understand that, but if you're giving passwords, you should probably do it in writing or text.
God damn it.
Okay. Boys. All right, so now that I've sharpened the pencil, I'm going to do an overdraw, like a lot of people do. Is it a Disney Plus password? Because I need one. Yeah, so do I. I need somebody's Disney Plus password. I don't have it. But I very, very much want to see The Mandalorian. Okay. So I'm doing the overdraw, and I know a lot of you have seen in a lot of words. In a lot of photos, especially on Instagram, you see a lot of people like really doing quite a serious overdraw. I don't know how in the heck they think that people aren't going to notice that. Okay, there we go. And I'll do the overdraw here too. It's like I have to force myself to do this. This is crazy. Okay. Then here's my overdraw. I feel so weird to do it. Okay. Now I'm going to show how to overdraw more subtly. Here, see what a lot of people do when they're not overdrawing is they go inside the lip line. You don't want to do that because that will shrink the appearance of the lips. That was my soda. Oh, what you're gonna do is draw just slightly over your line. You don't go completely outside your line, even right up against it like I've done here. What you do is you go just to the very top of your line. So. Okay, hang on one sec here. This side always wants to mess with me. This is the more difficult side. Okay, see the difference there? I've overdrawn, but it's not going to look so exaggerated. Wait for it. You know how much it's killing me to not just connect those properly? You know how much this is killing me? This is killing me! Okay. All right. Now, I'm going to be doing an ombre lip, which is another trendy thing right now. So I'm going to go ahead and fill in with some of the lip liner, but not all the way. See, I'm just filling in, kind of feathering it in, but I'm not going anywhere near the center here. For this, I'm not going to do anything. Now let's see how the lipstick turns out. I purposely chose a light shade. This is Naked Dolly by Too Faced. Okay, see how I just put that right up to the lip line? That is some bad 90s stuff. Now this time what I'm going to do with the lipstick is I'm going to put it in the middle and toward the inside. I'm not going to the edges here. So if you can get a look here, you still get the ombre lip effect, but without the exaggerated 90s Pamela Anderson sort of lip line. I mean, everybody was doing this in the 90s and it would go really bad. This is like good for Instagram, but not for real life. Actually, that does look good for Instagram. But I would never wear this in real life because the line is just, it is right outside my actual lip line. So like any turn in the light and somebody is going to really notice that. With this other side, it's much more subtle. The overdraw is still there, but the trick is to keep it very subtle. Frida says overdraw looks dumb on her. Yeah, I'll bet, because she has enormous lips. Maybe Jean, hello, how are you? Okay, so, this is more of an Instagram look. This is more real life. And that is because in real life, I am trying to heighten my cheekbones as much as possible. Although, why is it red here? I didn't put blush there. I think that's just me. Great. It's kind of messing up my lesson. So I'm going to go ahead and go into some powder highlighter. So, Milani, I'm going to do the same thing with the highlighter. I'm going to hit right up here and around there. Woo! Look at that. That is Instagram glow to the gods right there. Is that something I would wear in real life? No. Now, for real life, I would do a gentle hit, especially on there, and then up into here, because I'm trying to make this whole cheekbone look higher. You see? Let me guess. Frida, you like this fluffy weird brow, don't you? I think it looks so strange on me. Why is this brow crunchy? Oh, right. Frida says there's a girl at the coffee shop here that wears a full face of highlighter every day. I'll bet she does. I do, but you're a 4. Okay, let me explain that. There's a program called Dressing Your Type, and you figure out your types. And mine is a 4, which is pretty precise. And pretty precise, tailored lines. Dressing your truth. Yes, thank you. Dressing your truth. And so, for instance, I like a lot of tailored lines, a lot of classic styles. And among those are things like this would irritate the crap out of me. Like every time I would look in the mirror, I would feel like I looked messy. Here I don't. This is just the way my eyebrows lay too. I mean, if they naturally went like this, I would be trying to lay them down. But they don't. That took effort. And Frida says she's a type 1, which is a unicorn pooping Skittles. Yes. Yes, she is. Oh, my bestie is a 1 with a strong 4. Coming right in close behind. So it's kind of funny to see the differences. But as you can see the difference in the ombre lips there? I'll bet I could even, okay. Where did the lip gloss go? Here it is. Maybe says he's a male who can't wear makeup and saves some money. Well, some males do wear makeup, actually. I'm going to go ahead and just gloss this whole thing. So you can really see the effects. Okay. There's the subtle lip. There's the not one, subtle one. My goodness, that's bizarre. Oh, let's see. Frida says you can wear it if you want to. Lipstick doesn't care about your tackle. Maybe Jean, that would feel weird. Well, yeah, it's, a lot of it is what we're socialized to do. Although our mother didn't wear makeup. So I got my influence outside of my immediate family. But it was still there, Okay, now I'm going to go into eyes. And I'm going to use this again, mostly because I'm trying to use it up. But first I'm going to go into a setting shade. I brought a fairly neutral palette so that we don't feel too messed up. Okay, now to play fair, I'm going to use a setting shade on both sides because the recommended technique is a setting shade for both sides. Are you going to nose contour? Are you kidding? I already did. See, I've got nose contour there. And I did it there, but it wound up weird. I'm going to do nose contour. Or do you think I should try to do the contour where I get like the little skinny nose? That could be fun. Why don't I do that? Got my setting shade on, so it won't be too hard to come back from there. Let me go into my contour. Where's my contour brush? I think I put it away, maybe? Yes, no, maybe so? Ah! An Insta nose on one side. Okay, all right. I wasn't going that far, but okay, let's do an Insta nose. What's my Insta? It's Amy and Chrysalis. They wouldn't let me do one with the exact same name. Okay, I am trying. See how I'm trying to make do this on the side? I'm trying to make my nose super skinny. Be like Jimmy Chuck and just just completely get rid of my nose altogether. Just have a teeny tiny stripe. Maybe Jean. It's a Chrysalis, just like the channel name. Although I'll just let you know now, I am happily married and I don't put up with any nasty or flirty DMs. Okay? So if you're going to DM me, keep it nice and respectable. I'm a respectable married woman. Trademark. No, I am. I still like my husband. I'll keep him. So I just have to throw that out there because, you know, it's kind of hard sometimes, especially on the internet. We had a really gross troll last night. You missed him, Frida. Even his username was gross. Okay, so you can see that now that my contours come in way into my nose. And now I'm going to try to get really crazy and do that whole highlight thing. Yeah, you missed it, Frida. It was hilarious. Okay, so I had to, so I'm going to try to do that, highlight the bridge of my nose, but only half of it. I've never wanted to highlight the bridge of my nose before. Why? Because I already have a big nose. I don't need to make it look any bigger, and it's already pretty straight. Yes, I have Twitter. It's Amy Chrysalis. I suck at Twitter, though. Oh, yeah, I suck at Instagram, too. I'm just not very good at... Oh, yes, the half the Cupid's bow. That's right. I don't do that either, but all right, I'll go with it. And half of the end of my nose here, which I never understood that. But again, I also have oily skin. Why do I want to make myself shiny? I'm already shiny. I don't need the help. But there we go. Okay. So there we go. Instagram makeup. And see, it looks cool on camera, but you'll just have to believe me that in real life, this looks really freaking stupid. I would never leave the house with my face like this. Like, yeah. So yes, I did the half of the Cupid's bow. Okay, there we go. Sorry, my mustache itches. Okay, now let's get into an eye look. Oh, what did I just do with that eyeshadow I want to use up? Are you serious? Aha, here we go. And I'm gonna, like I said, I'm just gonna use this purple because I want to use it up. So I'm gonna go ahead and go into, I'd say this brush. And I'm going to do the whole, like, do it in circles. Oh, right, wait. So need to go a little lower than that too. Like I said, it's really hard for me to make myself do this. I'm so used to my face, so used to doing my face the way I do my face. Am I the only one that, you know, that this swirling and twirling when your eye is open is just weird? That's why I prefer. What do I do? A halo, a cut crease? At the moment, I'm just going to start with a regular eye look. I might do a cut. Yeah, maybe I'll do a cut crease. I've never done a cut crease before. Oh, sorry, I'm like, that was gross. Okay, so here we go. I'm just Swirly twirly, swirly twirly. Oh, right, I gotta bring it down here. And I gotta do the thing in the center here. You gotta bring it down. See, the bringing it down is really hard for me to make myself do. And again, it's because I feel like when I bring my eye makeup low, it makes my cheekbones look lower, and I feel like it drags the look of my eye down. Swirly, swirly, swirly. Oh yeah, let's see. Since it's how do people do this like this? Oh my God, that is driving me crazy. Okay, well, that looks boring as crap. All right, here we go. Now I'm gonna go in with the way I prefer to do it, which is more of a sweep. And I like this brush because I can keep the line crisp over here, which means I don't drag it lower than I prefer on my face. All right, I'm trying to get some powder on here. All right, here we go. See, with this, it almost fakes a cut crease. Can you see that? Okay, let's try this. See, it fakes a cut crease, and with the way this brush works, it brings it down, which I feel also serves to kind of lift this eye a bit because it is so hooded. But this one, it doesn't matter so much. It's not as hooded. I've got more eyelid space there, you can see. But yeah. All right. So the next step, let's break out my Tartelette palette. I'm gonna grab another brush and do an outer corner. It smells like vanilla. I love this. I'm gonna go with Activist, which is a very dark brown here. And I'm gonna do the thing where I put it right in the corner of my eye and do the twirly, doing the twirly twirly. That's what they tell you to do. You twirl and you swirl. Okay, so there we go with that. That's about what they want it to look like. Okay, now I'm going in with this guy, which I enjoy because I like to stamp and feather with this. And again, I'm being very careful about the angle I'm going in. If you see the typical way, it comes down a bit more. But I prefer to keep a much more straight line and a bit higher. And again, that is to give my cheekbone a chance to give the illusion that it is protruding here when it is in fact not. This doesn't do that. Okay, well here, let me finish the look. More of the idea. Oh, just got a little brush there. A little bit there, okay. Wow, that part of my nose feels hurt. Okay. Now even this is coming down a little more than I enjoy, but I'll fix that with concealer. Okay. Also, I tend to bring the corner shade in a bit more, but that is because my eyes are so hooded that I'm trying to reduce the size of this, but without being super obvious about it. Let's see, are people still chatting? No. Okay. I've only got 2 people left. Okay. Is Frida K still there? Who else is still there? Anya? Let's see where I'm at. Okay. So now you can see how I've got the brown blended more into the purple there. Ah, taking your bedtime pills, yes. Well, here it's not so blended, but it's okay. I can give it another chance. Give it another try. Let's blend it. We'll expand the circle here. Rasmin, hello, how are you? Okay, so even with that technique, I still feel like it fails to come in and deal with the hooding there, see? All right, I'm gonna go in on the inner portion of my eye. Oh God, this is gonna suck. All right, let me try to find a small brush. Here we go. Ah! And it dropped one. Okay. So for the inner portion of my eye, I'm going to go in with Rocker right here. This is my Tartelette and Bloom palette. And I'm still going to do that swirly twirly thing and try not to bring it all the way up into this line because that's not how most people do it on the socials. Wow. My nose looks so strange right now. Okay, here we go. All right. Now where is my fan brush to brush away the casualties of war? All right, I'm gonna go in this with the same color. I'm even gonna do the same brush, but I'm gonna do a different technique. And that is where I'm just going to go into here, and I'm also going to bring it up in the same line with that purple eyeshadow I put down earlier. And I'm picking up some of this fallout. And I'll hit the brush. Let me see if I can make this show. Okay. Do you see what I mean about how the eye techniques are a bit of an issue? Okay, and now for the lid, I'm going to go into Funny Girl right here. I'm just going to do that with my finger on both, I think. I certainly do recommend using a finger. There we go. I mean, that looks fine. I just don't like it around here. The rest of it looks all right. Oh, I know what I did. I still haven't come in enough here to really annoy myself. Though you see a lot of people doing that. But first I'll put this here. Is she pretty? Okay. Now I'm going to take another eyeshadow brush because I remembered, because my habit is to keep the darker colors of my eyeshadow further out, especially because my nose is kind of big. You can see here the bridge is quite wide, and Also, I'm like right in here is can be a bit, it's a bit deep set there. You can see that. So I'm trying to kind of flatten that look out a bit. The problem is when you see how a lot of people do their eyeshadow, and I get it, they're trying to get more colors in or whatever, which I'm not going to worry about now. I'm just going to put this purple in there some more, but I'm going to go in like they do. Oh, okay, Rasmin's here. Rasmin and Frida are chatting. Excellent. I'm going to try to go in with this, show more. They do there. Oh God, I hate that. See what that does there? A lot of people do this. They do these looks where they bring their eyeshadow like way in here. I don't like it. I prefer to keep the lighter colors over here and then the darker ones out here to not emphasize how deep set that is. Should I do a cut crease? I've never tried one. This could be fun. Where's my concealer? Okay. Oh crap, I left my concealer in my closet. Okay, I guess I can't do a cut crease. Well, crap. Okay, well, I'm gonna just touch this with a tiny bit of concealer I have there. Tiny bit I have there. This is where I go there. That's about the most concealer I'm gonna get out of that because I left it in my closet like a dummy. But okay. Thank you, Rasmin. She said she saw my last video and it was cool. Okay. So now I'm going to do eyeliner. Now, I like to do an eyeliner with a wing. And I do it fairly heavy, even though I have hooded eyes. That's usually because I'm kind of trying to even up the appearance of my lid space. If I even up, it totally disappears. I don't have a problem with that. Oh, and another thing I don't like doing, I don't like putting anything under here. Again, it's because I'm trying not only to keep my cheekbones looking high, but also to keep from feeling like the look of my eyes are being dragged down. Because if you can see, my eyelids already cover the top part of the eyeball, I don't know, iris, and then they go below it. So it's already a slightly sleepy look. I don't really like to emphasize that. Oh, that reminds me, another thing I forgot to do, and I forgot to do it because this is not something I do in real life, is to put something underneath my eyes, to do eyeshadow underneath. So let's do that. I'm gonna go back into the purple and go underneath. Which is generally not something I enjoy doing. But okay, we'll go for it here. We'll try. I mean, does it make my eye look bigger? Yes. But it also, I feel, pulls it down more, which is not a look I enjoy. Another look I don't enjoy that they tell you to do, that some of them tell you to do, especially for hooded eyes, is to go in and do a waterline, tight line situation. Oh, this is a look. Yeah, there's a still. Not much of a waterline person, can you tell? I haven't done it since what, high school maybe? I can't tight line on top. Well, I can, but this is not something I enjoy very much. Let me work on this a little more. Although it kind of sucks that I chose the side where I always have issues getting my wing right. It's just freaking annoying, but okay. But I chose my better looking side for a reason. Okay. And again, does this make my eyes look bigger? Yes. But at what cost? It really feels like the whole.
It's okay, one way or another, you've been on there 4 hours, I'll let you get off.
I'm in the middle of something.
Okay, give me a time. frame.
Excuse me, would you please zip
Just a
it?
second, in time frame.
Are you serious?
When I beat this boss.
Okay, but you've been on for 4 hours, how long will it take some?
I don't know, not long.
How about 20 minutes or less?
How about no?
How about you both shut up?
Amy, life can't revolve around that. I love you, but good God, sometimes we have to talk.
No, you don't. Whisper. Ransom's laughing, yeah. Yeah. This is life. Okay. So you can see that, yeah, overall, and I get what they're doing. They're like, oh, try to expose more of the lid and make the eye look bigger, but I feel like it's dragging down.
Okay.
Yelling at your man is the least attractive part of this look. So, yeah, the highlighting is something that I would do when I want a more subtle look, but most of the time, I ain't that subtle. But the thing that bugs me the most about the way my eyelids are and why I typically do this rather heavy eyeliner there is I usually use it to reduce the size of this eyelid so that they're more even. I don't mind not a lot of eyelid showing. Actually, it's kind of a look I kind of enjoy. But for a more casual look, yeah. And I can see how this. Oh, you like the side that I hate? It looks more modern. Interesting. Okay, well, I don't like this at all. I don't like this at all. I might play with this a bit more. Again, I feel like it flattens out some of my features, but I might have to play with this more. I don't like this at all. I don't like that. I think this is one of those things that it looks a lot better on camera than in person. But I don't know. Maybe I'll play with it some more. Ow! Without the under eye. Yeah, I hate that. I hate that and I don't like that. But I may wind up playing with some of this. You like the darker shade near the nose? Yeah, it works near. It does work on camera, but then like if I look at myself in real life, it looks really dark and like I don't know. It definitely looks good on camera. I'm kind of annoyed that it looks good on camera because I don't feel like it looks as good in person. Yeah, Frida says because the nose is light and the inner eye is light, it's one-dimensional and makes my nose even wider. But what I'm trying to do is to bring this forward. So when I put the, oh, he doesn't pay any attention to me. My husband is blind and my son doesn't care, so. I don't know. I may have to do some rethinking, who knows? But yeah, as far as the tight lining, the main thing that concerns me with the tight lining is if I do it on this side too, that it's gonna further show how lopsided my eyes are. So maybe that's a look I'll try for another day. I think this is a nice casual look. As you know, as far as where the blush placement is, but most of the time I feel like it would just make my cheekbones look smaller. That's generally been my experience with it. Yeah, I agree, Frida. Frida said she'd like to see it on both and see how it works with my symmetry. Yeah, and I will try that. I can't do it today, obviously, because you know I'm already I'm already made up to hell. But yeah, the crazy overdraw, no. Yeah, I can do a bit of overdraw now and then. I do prefer to kind of sculpt my face a little more. This is, you know, the way that these cheeks are is definitely, I would say, a more casual look. The lips are hilarious. Ooh, sorry, I'm getting a twinge there in my freaking foot. So annoying. Like, isn't this thing healed yet? Ugh. I think another time it might be worth it for me to switch sides and see how that turns out too. But yeah, the symmetry is the biggest reason why I do my eyeliner the way I do. So, y'all, I'm getting these really annoying twinges in my foot, and so I think I'm gonna get going. But thank you so much for watching, supporting the channel. And if you haven't already, subscribe. If you're catching me on the replay, subscribe. Run a playlist. I don't know, help a girl out with some watch time. But thank you so much. I will see you later. I have to put my foot up. Good night.